Look upon me.
You're practically a giant, yet you have a young face.
Have you never seen the like of me before?
Never.
I have many brothers, over 1,800 of them, one for each Christmas since the very first.
A tremendous family to provide for.
Touch my robe, Ebenezer, and come forth with me. I trust you'll profit by your journey. We have little time, and there's a place we must visit. It's a very poor house in a very poor section of London. This one, directly below it.
Indeed it is. Who, may I ask, lives here?
An underpaid clerk named Bob Cratchit.
The Bob Cratchit that works for me?
The very same.
That woman, those children.
His wife and family.
Why, that's Cratchit coming up the stairs now. He's carrying a young boy.
His youngest child, Tiny Tim.
The child carries a crutch.
Because he is crippled.
But the doctors...
Cratchit cannot afford a doctor, not on 15 shillings a week.
Oh, but...
Shh, listen.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And a most Merry Christmas.
Father, Tiny Tim.
Merry Christmas. Welcome. Tiny Tim, sit next to me. Father, let me take your muffler.
And how did Tiny Tim behave at the church?
As good as gold and better.
I was glad to be able to go to church. That's because I wanted the people to see I was a cripple.
Now that's a peculiar thing to say, Tiny Tim.
No, it isn't. That's because I was in God's house, and it was God who made the blind able to see, and the lame able to walk. And when the people at church saw me in my crutch, I was hoping they would think of what God can do, and they would say a prayer for me.
I'm certain they prayed for you.
And one of these days, I'm going to get well, and that'll mean I can throw away this crutch and run and play like the other boys.
You will, Tim, one of these days. And now, Mother, the big question. When will dinner be ready?
It's ready now, just about the finest goose you've ever seen. Martha, you carry it in. And Tom, you fetch the potatoes and turnips. And Dick, set the chairs around the table.
And I'll sit between Mother and Father.
And this is going to be the best Christmas dinner anyone could hope for. I'm the luckiest man in the world, having such a fine family.
It isn't a very big goose, is it? I could eat the whole bird myself, I believe.
It's all Bob Cratchit can afford. His family doesn't complain. To them, that meager goose is a sumptuous banquet. But more important, much more important, Ebenezer.
Yes?
They're a happy and united group. Look at their shining faces. Listen to them.
What a superb dinner we've had. The tempting meat, the delicious dressing.
And the plum pudding, Father. Don't forget that.
The pudding was the greatest success achieved by Mrs. Cratchit since her marriage.
Thank you for the compliment. I must confess it was good.
And now for the crowning touch, the punch.
Oh, the punch. Good. Wonderful. Oh, love punch. Great.
Here we are. Get your glasses.
So, the members of the Cratchit family clinked glasses in a Christmas toast.
First to the founder of this feast, the man who made it possible, I give you Mr. Scrooge.
Mr. Scrooge, indeed. Oh, I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
My dear, the children, remember this is Christmas Day.
He's a hard, stingy, unfeeling man. Now, you know he is, Robert. You know better than anyone.
My dear, remember Christmas Day.
Oh, I'm sorry. Very well. I'll drink to his health. Long life to him. A Merry Christmas to him. To Mr. Scrooge.
To Mr. Scrooge. And now a toast to us. A Merry Christmas to us all. God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, tell me, will Tiny Tim live?
I see a vacant seat in the chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
Oh, no, no. Oh, no, kind spirit. Say that he will live, that he will be spared.
Why concern yourself with him? Isn't it better that he die and decrease the surplus population?
Oh, but these poor people must be helped.
Are there no prisons? And the workhouses, are they still in operation?
Do not taunt me.
Come, it's time for us to go.
I wish to remain.
I can remain no longer. Touch my robe and we shall go.
The wind begins to howl again, and Ebenezer Scrooge shortly finds himself standing outside his lodging. A heavy snow is falling, blanketing a sleeping London. There's a steeple bell. It is still early Christmas morning.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
You are the third and the last.
I am the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
You are about to show me shadows of the things that have not happened but will happen in time before us. Is that so, Spirit?
Yes, Ebenezer.
I fear what I am to see.
But Scrooge's fear meant nothing to the ghost, and as the wind rose up, they ventured into the night once again.
Why do we stop here on this street corner, Spirit?
Those people standing there, do you know them?
Why, yes, I do business with them.
Their conversation is interesting.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
I thought he'd never die.
What has he done with his money?
I haven't heard. Left it to his company, perhaps. Well, one thing is certain, he didn't leave it to charity.
Are you going to his funeral?
Well, not unless there's a free lunch provided.
A very good point. Can't say that I blame you.
Spirit, this dead man they were discussing, who is he?
I will show you. Come into this room with me. There is a bed in front of you. On it lies a man. That is, the body of a man. One of those gentlemen on the street we're talking about.
And no one has come to claim his body?
No one, for he left not a friend behind him. Come closer and look into his face.
No! I would if I could, but I haven't the power.
Then follow me, Ebenezer Scrooge, to yet another scene.
Look here, Joe. Here's our chance.
You're not going to take his things, are you?
Why not? He won't miss him, not a dead man.
No, I suppose not.
Every person has a right to take care of themselves. He always did. Now open that bundle, Joe, and tell me the value of it.
What do you call this, bed curtains?
Ah, bed curtains. Don't drop that oil upon the blankets now.
His blankets?
Who else's? He isn't likely to be cold without them, I dare say.
Oh, Spirit, let me see some tenderness connected with death. If I don't, that lonely body in the dark room will ever haunt me.
Yes, I know of such a home, one where there is tenderness connected with death. Over here on the poor street and in this dismal house.
But this house? What? Why, yes, I've been here before. Bob Cratchit, my clerk, lives here. There is Mrs. Cratchit and her oldest daughter, Martha.
Your eyes, Mother, you'll strain them working in this bad light.
Oh, I'll stop for a while. I wouldn't want to show red, tired eyes to your father when he comes home. Say, it's time he was here.
Past it, rather, but these days he walks slower than he used to, Mother.
Well, I have known him to walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulders very fast indeed. He was very light to carry, and your father loved him, so it was no trouble. There's someone at the door, Martha. It must be your father.
I'll let him in. Hello, Father. You look tired.
You're late tonight, Robert.
Yes, I'm late.
I'll get some tea for you.
Thank you, Martha.
You went to the grave today?
Yes, I wish you could have gone. It would have done you good to see how green a place it was.
I'll see it soon.
I promised him I would walk there every Sunday, my poor Tiny Tim. At last he's rid of his crutch.
Yes, at last. Our poor Tiny Tim.
Scrooge turned from the Cratchit family with an anguished cry.
Oh, tell me, Spirit, why did Tiny Tim have to die?
Come, there is still another place to visit. When you see the next place I am taking you, perhaps you will understand.
Is this a graveyard? Why do we stop here?
Look at that tombstone. Read the name on it.
Before I do, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of things that will be, or are they the shadows of things that may be?
Read the inscription on the tombstone.
It reads, Ebenezer Scrooge. No, Spirit! Oh, no! Hear me! I am not the man I was. I will not be like the man you have just shown me. I will honor Christmas.
Are you certain of this?
Oh, yes. I will try to keep it alive all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. I will not shut out the lesson that all three spirits have taught me. Oh, tell me there is hope, that I may rub away the writing on this stone.
We shall soon see.
Tell me there is hope that I may rub away the writing on the stone. What am I holding on to? The bedpost. I'm in my own bed. Home. Those bells. It must be Christmas. I wonder if it really is.
Scrooge ran to the window, and as he did, the sound of church bells filled the room.
You boy, down there.
Yes, sir? Did you call me, sir?
What day is today, lad?
Today? Why, Christmas Day.
And to think the spirits have done it all in one night.
What did you say, sir?
Do you know the poulterers on the next street?
I should say so.
An intelligent boy. A remarkable boy. Do you know whether they've sold the prize turkey that was in the window?
The one as big as me?
Oh, a delightful boy. Yes, the one as big as you.
It's hanging there now.
Go and buy it. I am in earnest. Here is the money. Catch! Deliver it to Bob Cratchit on Golden Street in Camden Town.
But, sir, there'll be considerable change left over.
Keep it, lad.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Don't let Mr. Cratchit know who sent the turkey. It's a surprise. And, lad...
Yes, sir?
A very Merry Christmas to you.
This was just the first of many good things that Scrooge would do for people this Christmas Day. Filled with good cheer and blessed with the Christmas spirit, he set out to make up for all the years that he had neglected.
Who could that be at the door? Why, bless my soul, Uncle!
Yes, it is, Fred. Your Uncle Scrooge. I've come for Christmas dinner. Now, let me in. I have a present for your good wife. From now on, I'm going to be one of your most persistent guests. I've changed, my boy. You'll see.
The next morning, Scrooge arrived at his office before his usual time to await Bob Cratchit's arrival.
He's late. The day after Christmas, Bob Cratchit's late for work. Here he comes. Well, now, Cratchit, what do you mean by coming in so late this morning?
I'm very sorry, Mr. Scrooge. I beg your pardon, I'm sure. I know I'm a few minutes late.
18 and a half minutes to be precise. Step this way, Cratchit, if you please. Now, I'm not going to stand for this sort of thing any longer. And so, I am about to raise your salary.
Mr. Scrooge.
A Merry Christmas, Bob. A merrier Christmas than I have given you in a long year. I shall raise your salary and do all I can to help you and your family, especially Tiny Tim. Now, make up the fire and buy another scuttle of coal before you dot another I.
Scrooge was better than his word. He did everything he promised and infinitely more. He became a regular visitor to his nephew's home and even took Fred into business with him. He raised Bob Cratchit's salary to a figure that left the bewildered gentleman gasping. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He provided doctors for the little lad, and very soon Tiny Tim will have his wish. He will be able to throw away his crutch and run and play like the other boys. As for the three spirits, Ebenezer Scrooge never saw them again. That was due to the unchallengeable fact that Scrooge, for the rest of his days, helped keep alive the spirit of Christmas. And so, as Tiny Tim observed,
God bless us, everyone.